Hello, everybody.
Where am I? Where? Where am I?
I don't know where you're at.
Do you hear me?
Are you out of
Huh?
your tongue?
Are you? Do you hear me?
Yes,
You can?
yes.
Do you see me?
No talking. I'm not supposed to talk.
Oh. But you can see me?
Out at
Can you see me?
the equator.
What the hell? Supposed to be in court, not sitting here talking to you. What the hell?
I'm being told not to talk.
I don't know what's going on here, but can you see my room?
Are you out at
No.
the equator?
Okay. What's going on here?
You belong here. I love you, Tom. With all my
What the hell?
heart. I'm pleading guilty today. And you called me.
Something's not right here. Being is being sent to YouTube.
You don't care. Okay, then you should. Because I know who you are.
You don't know me.
Okay, I have to wait for the judge.
Is that what we're doing? I don't know you. You don't know me.
I'm pleading guilty to a charge from out at Burns and Beaver.
Okay.
Burns String.
Well, I hope you beat your charge.
Hey, you gotta wait till court starts, so please keep things down. Thank you.
Sorry. Oh,
I'm going to assume that's just gonna be considered abandoned and be given to someone else. And then there's space downstairs. There's one big room for the district court that we could possibly put another person in there. We got 3 people in there. But then there's like this large hallway area that could potentially have like some more staff.
I haven't had the chance to tour that building, so I don't know its
Yeah,
layout
there's,
at all.
there's a couple odd spaces, but it is a medical building. And so it's not, but overall it works pretty good. But yeah, the upstairs offices have sinks.
Oh, really?
All right, this report is general session. The only judge Bruce Hanson presiding.
Thank you. You may be seated. So we're back online, are we?
Your Honor, before we jump to private counsel, we have Ms. Jones.
We do.
on. So there's a couple things. One, it was on for arraignment, but I believe 1077's already been filed. I'm gonna hand up my notice of appearance. The court doesn't have that yet. There was a report that just came in this morning. Actually, there's 2 reports. One was from the outpatient services.
Oh, right.
And that was tied into the True Blood settlement with years ago. But they're finding that she wasn't eligible for that, given the reference to the competency report that we just got this morning, that they found her, she lacks the current capacity to proceed with trial. But there's also restoration as recommended. And normally this is kind of the issue I'll let the court decide. Typically with district court stuff, if there was, because we're only dealing with, I think it's a 29-day restoration period.
29 days.
Yeah. And usually that's kind of too short. And typically dealing with district court cases, we're not looking at restoration. Angie has a long history. She does respond well to medication, and there is a recommendation for restoration. So she may be one of those rare cases that the court does want to consider restoration. If that's the case, I don't have an order prepared today, but I could, as soon as I get back to the office tomorrow, I'm sure we could agree and sign it and send it to the court. But we have essentially no court next week is the concern.
Right.
So
if she was restored, she'd have to be shipped over to the hospital.
she would be transported. Typically that's done within, it depends on her current circumstances, but it's usually within 1 or 2 weeks. Technically it's supposed to be within 7 days, but usually it's within about 14 days. But Western State is much better about that. And then Western State would have her for up to 29 days to restore her, which would essentially be to get her back on her medication. So that's up to your honor, but this is kind of a unique set of circumstances that our normal folks wouldn't be in, but given our lengthy history with Ms. Jones, she appears to be restorable. It's a medication issue. She appears to respond well to medication, and we do have a report that is recommending restoration.
And Western State is in the meeting if you wanted to hear.
Oh, is Western State here?
Actually, I believe that is the person who filed the outpatient recommendation treatment plan. Kate.
There she is, yeah.
Kate, I'm gonna mispronounce your last name.
Is it Siliberto? Pretty good.
That's a good way to pronounce it. Yes. Good morning.
I did
How are you?
it right. Well, I don't have my glasses
you
either,
did.
so we're all lucky.
And so I received a report, and my understanding of the recommendation, you believe that Ms. Jones is not suitable for outpatient restoration. We just received a report this morning from Western State finding her that she lacks competency. But there is a restoration recommended. So I'm getting the impression that the restoration being recommended is at Western State. But I don't know if you've seen that report.
Yeah, that's correct. I spoke with Dr. Erickson on Friday after we both did our interviews, and restoration is recommended. Outpatient competency and restoration program is, at this time, Ms. Jones isn't suitable for that. However, if you see within the report, we have made referrals for our 2 forensic programs out of Port Angeles. I did talk to Ms. Jones about them, and she was open to engaging with those programs. So if she is to go and stabilize at Western State Hospital, I'll track that progress. And if there's any opportunity that we could get her out early, if she's stabilizing, then we'll do so. And if not, we will have options, wraparound service options for housing and for other programs upon her when she gets out.
Okay. And would those services require her to relocate to Port Angeles, or could that be, so assuming she went off to Western State, was restored, could she receive services through West End Outreach, or would she need to work with Peninsula Behavioral Health?
Yeah, I know she has a history with West End Outreach, but they don't hold the contract for the forensic programs. Peninsula Behavioral Health does. And they're the respite center, which would be the step down option that she would be, if she was open to, she'd be able to go after Western State Hospital, stay there for 2 weeks and make sure, her meds are all on board. She came back with all the right things, has, maybe some other medical concerns addressed, or kind of can start, her and her case management team can start talking about what she wants. It's all about what Ms. Jones would like.
Okay, so you cut out there for a minute, but what I heard was if she went off to Western State, she'd be restored there. They only have 29 days for the restoration, unlike the felony cases. But she does have a long history of responding fairly well to her meds. So if she was restored, then my understanding, you're saying the services through the program you're working with could help provide her kind of a temporary services, at least for a few weeks, to help guide her back into, I guess, the rest of the system to make sure she's maintaining her medication and services.
That's correct. My apologies that I cut out. They'll follow her. She'll be eligible for those services as long as she wants to engage for, indefinitely. So it's a great program. When we talked about it on Friday, she was open to engaging in that program, and honestly excited about it, and even optimistic about the potential of relocating to Port Angeles. Again, that's completely up to her, but that's where we have housing options and, medication management.
So Ms. Siliberto, you said that you were going to be able to monitor her. If we send her to the hospital, which I'm inclined to do, we're going to go ahead and order the restoration, I think. But then you could monitor her progress. And I'm thinking, Mr. Paganelli and Mr. Kressel, if Ms. Siliberto is watching us, we could get her to either one of those services that were mentioned. So does that work that way or not?
Procedurally, what we would do is there'd be an order for restoration.
Right.
How quickly Western State gets to her, but usually it's anywhere from 1 to 2 weeks. That 2 weeks tends, well, and I'm used to dealing with felony cases, but I'm assuming it'll probably be a week or 2 before she actually gets to Western State. Once she's there, the 29 days will start ticking off. There would need to be a review period at some point. Once she completes Western State, she could appear by Zoom, be it at a mental health facility, or we could just review the paperwork. But there will be another report generated by Western State when she gets close to discharge, stating whether or not she's been restored, or if not, kind of what the likely outcome, because the case still needs to be dealt with.
Right.
So.
No, I just don't
There's a
want-
couple different orders. One is just a dismissal where it refers her to an ITA. But there's also, I believe, an order that puts it into this outpatient restoration plan.
Right.
And that may be an option, but I think for today, if the court's leaning towards restoration, I just need to draft one up, or if the state wants to draft one up, but I can get back to my office. We can submit it to the court probably tomorrow.
Well, I don't know what your input is, Mr. Paganelli, but I'm leaning I'm looking at Angie. We know each other. We go through this several times a year, probably. I'm thinking restoration works for the moment.
My understanding, Your Honor, is that the court's experience and defense attorney's experience with this particular defendant is more than mine, as you said, generally comes up several times a year, but mostly in the Fork City calendar, so state will defer in this regard to the court.
Yeah, so I can prepare an order, but the court probably won't receive it till tomorrow, but the objective would be that it would all be agreed upon, that way your honor could sign it, and the clerk could fax it to Western State, and then hopefully Western State can get her in as quickly as possible.
Well, it sounds like Ms. Siliberto is conscientious. We can get Angie to the services she needs at the soonest possible opportunity. Ms. Jones, for right now, I'm gonna order what's called your restoration. That means that you may be getting transported to the Western State Hospital just to make sure the meds get equilibrated and get all evened out for you. I'm not trying to hurt you. It's just trying to get you back to where you belong in your, in how the med. You're welcome.
In your honor, what I would suggest is put it on for review on the 6th, just as she should be at Western State.
Right,
at that point.
right.
But that way we can kind of keep track of where things are. If she's at Western State, we'll have a better idea of where the discharge date will be, and we can plan accordingly. But yeah, and then tomorrow, won't be tonight or today, but tomorrow when I'm back in the office, I'll prepare the order for restoration. I'm assuming everyone's agreeable. It's just, it needs to be signed and sent to us.
So Ms. Siliberto, we're gonna have a Zoom review the 6th of October at 9:30, and with any kind of luck, Ms. Jones will be at the hospital.
That sounds good. And like I said, I'll track her while she's at the hospital, and her forensic team that she's already assigned. She's already been referred and assigned to that team. They'll also go visit her there.
Right, I appreciate that a lot. My prediction is she'll probably be doing a lot better by the 6th.
Yeah, and the plan is, I didn't get the report from Western State till, about 15 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So I didn't have the order for restoration prepared, but that will get filed with the court tomorrow. Presumably the judge will sign off on it, and then it'll get sent to Western State. And then hopefully Western State can get her in as quickly as possible. And then we'll be back here on the 6th just to kind of keep track of things, since technically there's court, but no one's available next week. So the 6th is most likely the best date.
All right,
Okay,
Angie,
well,
you're in good hands. You're in good hands. Be patient, would you?
Thank you. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Siliberto. We appreciate it.
Thank you,
And
Your
now
Honor.
before-
Good morning.
And you have the council. I thought there was Shudowski's name on there somewhere.
No, those have been continued, Miss.
Oh, okay.
So do you want to go to the top of the list? Anybody? Let's start with the Motorola. Is that person on top?
Yes.
Whoever's got the Motorola, we need to know your last name if you're there. If you're not there, you're gonna get bumped down to the end of the calendar. I can't tell if those are Christmas lights or disco lights, but anyway.
Festive Halloween.
All right, let's skip the Motorola. Who's the gentleman down there? Okay, so I think we're dealing, Mr. Thompson, is that you online there? No? Yes?
Sleeping. Okay.
Yeah, unmute, find out who that guy
Are
is.
you Mr. Thompson?
No. What's your last name sitting there in the house?
Hello?
Well, that's a strange look, isn't it? No, he's not quite with us yet. Okay, we'll just put him
We'll
towards
just
the
go
end.
through the docket then. There was yeah, I was gonna say that's the next.
Oh, where's council? If somebody's on for Fouts, let's deal with council on
Yeah,
Fouts.
that's
Fouts
Doug
matter.
Fouts.
And we never did figure out who our disco lights guy is, did we? You know, that does look like a casino. It looks like wagon wheel lights or something. Okay, so what about, where's Colby Gagnon? Is he here? There's Gagnon. I don't see a Justin Hatch anywhere, dude. Does anybody see Hatch? Did Hoagman make it here today? Where is old? What are we doing with Hoagman?
Jeffrey Hoagman, if you're out there, it'd be a good time to unmute.
Another local guy.
I got two files. Jeffrey Hoagman?
Yes,
Okay. So Mr. Hoagman, I got a note. Were you in the process of getting an evaluation? I thought that there was something going on.
yeah, I need to get that done.
Okay, so have you reached out to some place? Is that in the works or what's the status?
Yeah, it's in works.
Okay, because we need to chat. You got two of these. One option potentially, and you need to chat with the treatment agency, is whether or not you're eligible for a deferred prosecution. Because anytime there's a second DUI, that bumps up mandatory minimum. So, and that's something we can discuss, but also the treatment place that does the evaluation, they can kind of go over what a deferred is, but I'll go over it in more detail. Do you have an appointment scheduled? Because I'm gonna ask the court for another court date, but I'd kind of like to have an idea of where.
I don't have anything yet. I got a call today to get that scheduled today. See if I can get a hold of him.
Okay, yeah, because you're kind of on thin ice there, Mr. Hoagman. We went through this before. Remember that? I could have bumped up your bail a little bit. We need you to be on time and ready to go. So, Mr. Paganelli, Mr. Kressel, I'm thinking 3 weeks. Anybody got a better idea?
Yeah, because you're up in, I got an address up in Clown Bay, so that limits your options to either Forks at West End Outreach or a treatment agency in Port Angeles, unless you're able to use the wellness clinic up at Nia Bay, but most folks aren't. But if you can, that would be helpful. But your location creates some logistical challenges, put it that way. So I'm going to ask the court to put this out maybe, the 13th or 20th, just to check in to see if you're making progress with getting an evaluation done, and then we can go from there.
I think, Mr. Hoagman, we're gonna go with the 13th. Need you to make that call, get that evaluation done, because if you decide to take a nice leisurely route on this one, we're gonna talk about upping your bail on both cause numbers. So it's in your best interest to get this done.
Okay.
And Mr. Hoagman, just while I got you on your mailing address, that's still in Clown Bay?
Yes.
Okay, so make sure you're checking that. You can call my office, schedule an appointment for a couple of weeks out. But I'd like to chat with you before the next court date. But certainly make some phone calls and get an appointment going, because the judge is expecting an evaluation to occur.
Yeah.
So the 13th?
Yeah.
We'll be back here on the 13th, and
Okay.
we'll just, presumably the evaluation won't be completed, but at the very least, you should have an appointment to get one done.
Right. That's what we're looking for. Either a completed evaluation or a for sure appointment. Okay, Mr.
Okay.
Hoagman, we'll see you on the 13th at 9:30.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Be safe, be well, sleep sweet, and much love.